Sweet. We got ourselves a 4.9-inch. You gotta put some shafts in now. Yeah. Oh yeah. Whew. Alrighty, there's like 5 days total till the off-road games. Till we're heading to the off-road games. I'm working on the interior and Jim is getting the boom set up. It's a legit wrecker now. I have a lot of work to do on the inside. But we're doing something at least instead of avoiding it. Jim got this thing sanded down yesterday, and today we're gonna do a down and dirty race car paint job. If you make it too nice, you won't want to play with it. So we're just making it the right color and a quick and dirty half decent paint job, hopefully. Got my funny looking little suit on, shaking up my paint to get the metallic flowing. Like a scientist in this suit, all these chemicals. Oh yeah, I need to go get my mask. I even feel like more of a scientist. Ooh, look at that nice charcoal gray. I guess you can't see it. Oh, you'll see it on the car, I guess. So 4 to 2 to 1 ratio. I got the front of the bed done and the roof. Probably looks all just black on the camera, but at least it's shiny. There's the roof. Pretty, eh? Gotta keep trucking along. Alrighty, car is completely sprayed. While it dries, I'm going to be measuring for brake lines and start plumbing and final assembly of this thing. All the wiring, fuel injection, fuel lines, brake lines, cooling system, transmission cooler lines, headers, belt system on the engine. All that can go on now, finally. Then we'll put the boom on for the final time and sticker it, and I'm really worried I won't have shocks in time. They keep putting me off, even though they said they'd be done 2 weeks ago. Pretty.
That is pretty.
Things are clicking together. What I like about this is once I get this all streamlined and zip tied out of the way, it's gonna be a clean install. I like this harness. Time has come to do the first fire up. There's no good tune in it yet or anything, so it's gonna be rich and stuff, but I jacked up the rear end. I wanna make sure my transmission spins the tires forward and backward. And then I'm gonna go home, go to bed, and I have one more day to put this thing together. One more day, and then we'll sleep, and then we'll go to the off-road games. Almost there. You know, just missing a lot of stuff, but we'll get there. Contact. Alrighty, it's the morning of the day. This thing needs to be loaded to head down. And I need to re-gear and put a locker in the front. So, get going on that. Alrighty, it took me a couple tries to get the carrier shims correct for the right preload and right backlash. You can hear it, maybe. A few thousandths of backlash so that this thing's nice and tight and happy. And a weird thing about these front ends is that there's a joint in the middle and you have to put this in when you go put this whole thing in. Kind of weird. Has a little stub shaft. Update, it's 4 p.m. Supposed to have everything done and loaded today, but we still have no shocks, bump stops, or limit straps. Abdil came over to help. He's a new daddy.
Hello.
New daddy came out to help. That means we pulled out the extra reserves and we pulled him away from his new baby. But I finished up the exhaust today, put the front, re-geared the front, put that back together today. Now I've been cleaning up the wiring and the interior. It's looking half decent actually.
Can you tell me when the record games are?
The record games, I'm supposed to be there at 8 a.m. tomorrow, but I have no shocks or bump stops, so I think I'm gonna be late.
Did you tell them what time it is today?
Yeah, I said it's 4 p.m.
Oh.
The shop's an absolute mess. Probably make you sick because I'm walking around, but things are coming together. If I had the parts I needed, we'd be ready, but yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll be there. We'll be there. Maybe we'll do a fire up with the new exhaust in a second. We'll do a relearn on the tune, do a little fire up.
It started and it sounds really good. That's the world's fastest off-road record coming at you. Well, you probably already saw it if you're watching this video at the record games. That's sick. Open that so we don't die.
We gotta get the two-step switch set up so I can do that and like and hit a obstacle. Just
take out the bystanders. Oh yeah, dude, that thing shot some good flames, like a foot.
Stupid belt.
Okay, now what?
Oh, you know, I just need everything else.
Just need shocks, batteries.
bump stops, and then I can have brakes and we can actually drive it. Steering feels like butter though. It's nice. Golly, that's a nasty sounding rev limiter.
Dude, those flames, dog. You're like, does it shoot flames? I was like, a lot of smoke. Whoa!
I could see something down here. I was like, dang. We should be doing burnouts right now. We don't have shocks. It's 2:13 a.m. the day of the off-road games. Well, the day I'm supposed to be there to set up the vendor booth. So I'm getting stubs ready. I put my new tire on. Spare tire has to go up there. We'll see if I have enough energy to get it up there, and then I'll load the wrecker on the trailer behind the motorhome. And then I will wait tomorrow for my shocks that still haven't shown up. Put them on the ElCamino and zip down there later. But Jim is going to take my family down in the motorhome with the wrecker to get in place in the vendor spot. Because it's a big 40-foot long motorhome and they want the big vehicles in there first before everybody sets up their booths, which makes sense. So, because there are no shocks yet, that thing is still not done. There's other things I need to do, obviously, but we're gonna get there one way or another. Let's see if I have the energy to mount, or not mount this, but get this tire up there. But it's late, and I want to go to bed. Oh my gosh. This is all the maintenance. Oop. Did I knock you out of the way? My bad. This is all the maintenance Stub gets for the off-road games this year. I still have a broken cable, well, a shortened cable from when we did Pritchett with Trailmater. So, it is now around noon. Day I'm supposed to be headed down. Jim took Jesse and the kids in the motorhome with Stubbs behind it down to get in the vendor booth spot. I met the UPS guy in Salina to get the shocks I've been waiting for weeks. And now I can put them on the ElCamino, actually finish the brakes once these are installed, and drive out of here and hope for the best. So, yeah, here we go.
All right, I'm sure Clancy's told you what's going on today. It's just like, let's check. What time is it, Clancy? It's
way too late.
5:22 on Wednesday, and Clancy's just loading up to get going down to the record games. I'm sure he said all that already, but here we are.
Taking forever, as always.
Slowly but surely, huh?
Day up, I've been working on this for just weeks straight. Never ending.
Okay. Let's go get all that ready while he backs that up. You guys seen that car enough. Okay, we just got that Camaro loaded up, and this is literally gonna be the maiden voyage. Do you know if it goes into gear yet?
Yeah, on the lift.
Oh.
No load.
No load. So.
Oh, brakes.
Spongy?
Yeah.
Okay, let me grab a wrench. That maiden voyage is gonna have to break. Wait. Maiden voyage. compete.
Like that little pile, you couldn't even tell you went over anything.
No?
That was sick. It freaking, I thought it would body roll really bad, but it was pretty manageable for going across asphalt and turning.
See?
Oh. All right, that made it all worth it. That made it all worth it.
We'll get everything strapped down and then get you on the road.
It's really dark, you probably can't see me, but I barely made it into the park before they don't let anybody in for the night at 10 o'clock. It is 9:55. That's how close we cut it. We're getting down here tonight. Sheesh. We'll get unloaded and say hi to the family. Alrighty, it's like 8 a.m. Stayed up till 1, finishing some things. Now we're gonna go out and do some testing on the beach before 8:30. There's opening ceremonies and we're off and running, doing the trail with 0 test time. So here's the final result with the stickers. I think it looks good. Jim's on recovery with me, with Stubbs. So yeah, let's go get him. Alrighty, we're gonna take some test hits for the morning before we go make a fool of ourselves in front of the world. I think we found a spot. I don't know if it's the right spot. Pretty cool to be here again. Kind of feel bad, I'm cheating on Stubbs. Alright, we're preparing for doing the trail section and we're gonna check the tire pressure. But that one's good. Let's check the next one. It wiggles, it's alright. We could go for extreme traction and lower them some more, but we'll see how that works.
Although, yeah, last year we had that other guy that was right.
Very good, likely.
Does it look like Trail Mater, a mini Trail Mater?
Looks like a little one. Have some fun.
We will.
Look at that thing. Turbo. hits for the morning before we go make a fool of ourselves in front of the world. Make a fool of ourselves in front of the world. Alrighty, in this moment, nobody was more frustrated than me and disappointed. But all I could figure is we didn't have time to properly get all the air out of the cooling system, and all the idling waiting for everybody to get through the trail. I was scared to shut it off. It might not restart because I could tell it was warm even though my temp gauge was reading 122 degrees. Before that it was jumping around from like 280 to 120. So I didn't know what to believe. I'd get out and feel the hoses and they didn't feel super duper hot. So I just kept rolling with it because we're in the event. But obviously it got hot enough that it blew the pressed in tube out of the water pump before the radiator cap even opened, which is a weird deal. But it looked like Old Faithful made it for an exciting moment for everybody watching. But I was super disappointed because we had just started the trail section and I was running on very little energy, very little sleep, and felt pretty defeated. But I just wanted to continue on, and you'll see in the next few clips that I wanted to push forward and just keep driving it and let it cool down in between obstacles, because with the demolition derby cars with these engines, I've ran it without water at wide open throttle for quite some time and had zero issues. But this just so happened to be the time that we had issues. Are you kidding me? What? It kept looking hot, but the coolant temp's at 122. So I was like, whatever, and I didn't want to shut it off, and then it died. And then I got going, and then as soon as I hit that, I'll run it dry, keep going.
Correct. Will you pull it up so it's...
Yeah.
Let me get a shot of you. There we go. Nice, thanks.
I couldn't see anything, but it goes right up everything.
Scared me.
I didn't want it to hurt anybody. If I had a hammer, I could just... Yeah, it's true, we could get a rock. The upper tube came out of the water pump. The whole tube. I'll just keep going dry. So we blew the press fit tube out of the water pump. I don't know what's going on with the cooling system. We're gonna have to address that later. But now there's no water in it. I'm just gonna run it dry for short spurts because this trail, people are going really slow and stopping on obstacles. So I'm just gonna run it dry and then shut it off, run it, shut it off. So we're gonna power through this one way or another. We've ran LS's with no water for a while before. That's disappointing though. Big poof. That doesn't sound good. We've ran LS's with no water for a while before.
You know what we could do?
Huh.
We could go back, get the tow truck, get this down, grab the Camaro or your tow truck and catch up.
Yeah. Sounded like bearings or something.
Yeah,
knocking.
something's...
Crap! Dang. Frustrating. Yeah, we go get stubs.
Long walk away. Yeah.
for a walk.
Yeah, we're the winners. We crossed first.
Yeah. Walking back. All right, I guess there's an ElCamino that needs recovering, so we're gonna go take Stubbs and get it. But maybe we'll finish the trail with Stubbs. Who knows? We'll go have fun. What nobody sees on the YouTube Live is us back here struggling. Alright, you want to steer or do you want to pull? Put it in neutral. Oh, it is in neutral. It's unfortunate. This thing actually wheels pretty decent. Maybe we'll fix it. I don't know. Well, that was fun. First day of off-road games. Let's see if we can get out of here without hurting it. So, curiosity's getting the best of me. We gotta tear into this thing to see what's really going on. We gotta see if it's fixable for tomorrow in the sand or not. What I'm thinking is it's broke. We're gonna see how bad it's broke. So, I'm gonna pull the valve covers off, and if all the rockers are there not falling off, then we know the rattle is from deeper. And then I'll pull the heads off and we'll see if the pistons come to the top of the deck. If they do, then we know the rods aren't bent, and we'll put head gaskets on it and see what happens. But if one of the pistons doesn't come all the way up, I'll know the rod's bent. We'll probably give up there. But who knows, again, might get a wild hair and find a rod and a piston for somebody. Easy access.
Can't say I've ever seen one.
Yeah, that's good. I like building weird stuff.
Well, I think
Well, they're all there. There's 2 Ford parts on this car. The front axle and these plug wires are for a Ford, but they fit really nice on this.
That's why it came apart.
That's why it broke. It's got Ford spark plug wires. Those are all there. Looks like we're gonna find some piston issues. So I went to unplug the coolant temp sensor and it just came apart and it looks melted. So it's probably why my temp reading was 122 degrees, but it was hot enough to melt the sensor in half. It's not good, right?
Just tear it all apart right here in the sand.
This is a pretty nice day. It's not like last year where sand would just be flying into the...
Got nothing better to do, I guess.
If it's bad, it don't matter anyway.
Yeah. Should we find out what's under this?
Yeah.
Anticlimactic. Ooh.
What?
There's chunks in the back one.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that last one is messy.
We broke a ring. Nice. Pieces.
They're embedded in there hard.
Yeah.
Actually, this one is bad. That one's got a chunk. That's
Rings.
it. That
Got
one's
so hot it broke
embedded
them.
in the valve. It's like a horseshoe nail stuck in that valve.
Well, this motor's junk. Everything about it.
You did such a good paint job, though.
I know.
he's got you.
Make quick work of it. I got him. He's got me. Better together.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Alright, Jim. What's behind door number 2?
I think we're gonna find a mess.
Jim's hoping for a mess. That means we don't do any work.
You're still hooked here though.
Yeah, I was just gonna pivot it. Yeah. It's back to her hitting the fireball. That's annoying. Yeah.
I can just hold it like halfway out. Maybe we can go together.
There you go.
That's what I was talking about. Well, we did see a little bit of a mess. Cylinder number 3.
Oh my gosh. Big chunks.
Oh.
That one's sticking out like a sore thumb.
And that camera around.
Show you guys.
There's a little
exhausty leaky right here too.
That thing's sticking out like Thor's hammer, just hammering into the piston. I'm amazed that I cranked this over as much as I did. I wasn't happy.
Now we got to see if you can actually finish cranking it.
Yeah.
Getting this right in here.
Don't scratch the paint.
Sorry, I think my belt buckle touched it earlier.
Let's push all the pieces out and put it back together. That one is just nasty. Who's running this thing?
Oh, there's pieces in that back one now.
Oh yeah, big chunk. It rotates. And that was our clatter that I thought was bottom end, but it's not complete bottom end. It's piston end.
Stuff in every cylinder. Every single one of these pistons is coming apart.
Right there. What you find in the head, Jim?
Big old chunk we dug out of the top of the cylinder in the head.
Nice.
Yeah, it was embedded in there pretty good.
So we've decided my engine's junk anyway because rings broke from overheating. So we're gonna reuse the head gaskets that were still surprisingly good. Reuse the head bolts, run it dry with no coolant tomorrow, and just pick the pieces out of the heads and get the pieces out of the valves. So we're running on all 8-ish tomorrow, and then we'll just do the sand event and see how long it lasts till rods come out or it smokes out the crowd with blue smoke because I'm burning so much oil. We're gonna put some Lucas in it, it'll fix it right up, no worries. For the EFI to know what fuel. Spark plugs. So current issue is this valve. Not happy. Pieces missing. Might be those pieces. Wish I had a valve spring compressor. Don't carry those on the truck. Could have a 7-cylinder. So after investigating the heads and finding out the valve seat dropped and put metal through everything, and then thinking maybe I could get some more runtime out of this engine if I could find a head, I was looking online for locally, and then I realized I had some at the shop as spare heads. I just needed to get them. I talked with the team about driving all the way home to my shop and then all the way back all night with no sleep to get it done, and we decided that probably wasn't a great idea because I was already burnt out. Everybody was pretty tired. So I put out on Facebook, if anybody's coming down, please let me know if you're willing to stop at the shop, pick up some parts for me. I appreciate it a ton. I fell asleep around midnight and got woken up by a call through Facebook. But it was a guy that's awesome. His name's Dylan. He was willing to pick up the parts for me. He was in Santa Quinn, which isn't far from my shop. So he's like, hey man, I got you. Tell me what the address is. I'll pick up your parts. I'm coming down anyway to the off-road games. Super awesome. Thank you, Dylan, for that. So I guided him through picking up my parts, brought him down. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from O'Reilly Auto Parts, and we started assembling things best we could. I got the heads around 9:30, 10 in the morning from Dylan, and I had to swap valve springs over, and we rented a valve spring compressor from O'Reilly's, and it was the biggest pile of crap on the planet. Like, I was so frustrated trying to swap those really high tension aftermarket valve springs to the new donor heads that I had, and that's a lot of valve springs and not a lot of time, and the tool kept slipping off and shooting pieces into the air and losing pieces, and it was so frustrating. that eventually it got so bent that I couldn't keep bending it back, that I had to make my own tool out of a wrench. I drilled a hole in a wrench and used the water pump bolt from the engine to hold it in the head and pry up to get the valve spring compressed and pull the keepers out and stuff like that. So had to make my own tool. It took a ton of time. I was in a time crunch. People kept checking in on us, seeing if we were gonna make it or not, which was really cool to see people super excited about me getting the engine put back together. So it kept me going and going and going, and I pushed through. Okay, it's the morning of day 2 at the off-road games, and the update is we dropped a valve seat in the head because I got it too hot yesterday. Somebody went to my shop and picked up spare heads this morning that was coming down here anyway. It was really nice. Thank you, Dylan. And Colton and Jim just went to O'Reilly's and picked up my huge grocery list of head gaskets, head bolts, new plug wires because they were cooked. You know, I'm trying to make it better, at least give it a chance at living. The pistons have some embedded material in them. We're just gonna scrape off a little bit and send it, as they say. A few dents in the pistons won't hurt. And yeah, hoping for the best. We have, it's like, let me look at the time. It's 9:35 right now, and we have till 1:30 to be lined up to do the sand event. And I hear that they're piling up sand for like some obstacles or jumps or something. So I definitely want this thing to be there. We're giving it our all to make it there. So what's crazy is the head gaskets didn't blow when it got that hot, but the valve seat dropped out of the head because the aluminum expanded too much. So we'll make it a ripper, I hope. What do you think, Colin?
Yep.
It was not good.
It wasn't good this time.
Yesterday was not good. Hopefully today
will be good.
Yeah. Nice. A little bit of work ahead of us. Jim's working on the Camaro, so Jesse can come play in the sand too. Jim's doing the stuff I didn't get to, like battery cable that was about to fall out. Alrighty, it's going together. We hope it'll start. The event has started. We gotta get down there. Jesse's Camaro's ready, thanks to Colton and Jim. So Jesse can go have some fun. Hopefully I have some fun too, because that was a lot of work. Hopefully I didn't forget any more bolts. Jim noticed some I forgot. Oh. Here goes nothing. Alright, Maverick, you clear? Over here. Ready?
Yep.
It was about an hour late to the event by the time we got the engine started, and it actually sounded really good and healthy, which was a miracle in itself. So with about 30 seconds of idling, it was like, all right, I'm headed to the arena to try and make it in the event before anybody else, or try and make it in the event before they shut it down. So I rushed down there.
ElCamino.
I guess I'm gonna race Trailmater. Line up to the gate. Woo! Jessie was trying to get her Camaro going to come down and have some fun with us, but the kids had stolen a fuse out of the fuse box, so it wouldn't start, and I just left them all to get down there in time. And so I went down and tried to find somebody to let me in to race. They ended up lining me up with Rory Trailmater, which was super awesome. Love to race that guy. He's got a fast, Old Blues are really fast. But I didn't even have time to put my seatbelt on or my helmet on, which is a really dumb idea. I'm a professionally trained idiot, people, so don't do what I did. And it probably would have saved me my rollover, if you see in the video, because my hat flew off because I didn't have a helmet on and I was going so fast, and I reached back for it and I only have one hand on the steering wheel going wide open throttle into that turn, and so I reached back and try and save it, but I couldn't save it in time. So if I would have had my helmet on, probably wouldn't have worried about my hat flying off, and then I would have made it around the turns and had some more fun with that car before I rolled it. But it is what it is. I didn't get hurt. I'm super grateful for that. It was a really fun time, and the car isn't that hurt. I'll put some new front fenders on it, paint them up. We'll be good to go. The roof's a little crinkled, side panel's a little crinkled. Doesn't bother me at all.
Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go!
They're sending that big engine wide. Going wide. If only there was an off-road tow truck right there to pull him back over. He's hit it hard. Right on. That's what you wanted to see.
It's what we paid for, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. That is how you send it full on. That intermittent suspension just tucked in, caught one of those ruts of that big Mercury.
Oh man, you were winning! What happened? Finally, I ended up on the lid. You'll have them on the bigger jobs. Oh yeah. Every record's come out now to help.
Got all the records coming out. Might have to have a race to see who gets to pull them back onto their wheels.
Ain't this just like real towing? Yeah, all three of us got dispatched to the same
It looks
tow.
prettier upside down.
Hey, you want to go?
Hey, congratulations out there. Thank you. I knew I was gonna
just for
win.
this one. Take that.
I had a anchor.
Yeah, underneath the fuel line, just like that.
What happens when
So
you
when we
get
come
home?
over, we don't peel them off.
Oh,
Was that what happened? Who told you that? I'm just kidding. Nobody told me to go anywhere. I just been winging.
I shouldn't have painted it.
Hey, Colin, how did you feel when Murphy personally attacked
It was
you
a
right
soft
here?
roll.
I feel like he should have drove over the tire.
I lost my hat
I
somewhere.
was lining up to be.
It's in the sand.
He said
I
he should
didn't even
have
have a helmet on, nothing.
Here, he's got to put a tire on the tire. Turn your wheel there.
Definitely one for putting on a show, man.
Well, that was a short show. Hopefully we can get it running again.
All right, let's see if they can do this.
He didn't see anything.
Colin, stop.
I had my helmet in the car.
You alright? Did you get banged up?
No, it was soft.
Good. Got a wasp nest something for you. Oh, you're gonna need that.
There you go.
I have no doubt. Striking a pose.
It's scary when you don't know who's going inside or outside.
You want me to pick her up and pull you out? Alright, you dumped a lot of oil, Sam.
I know! Where is it?
Drive out.
Yeah. You caught some good air. I shouldn't have turned so hard.
You think he's gonna drive out?
No, he's gonna pull me and I'll get the oil back where it belongs and then we'll be back. Think he'll have me.
Oh yeah.
Does he yank him?
You still got steering if we pull?
Yeah, they're still pointing the same way.
You guys do well.
Permanent record, huh? Okay, got it.
Oh, give it up, Rosie. He doesn't do much more. He's super good this morning.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, you had me beat till that
I
happened.
had no idea who was winning. I was like, man, Rory's fast.
I got to jump out here.
Thank you. We're gonna start it again.
Yeah, I just knocked the sand out of the air cleaner.
We just finished.
Where's your Camaro? You gotta get.
It won't start.
What?
So we came down here to get you, and then you were
Your dad
going
just started it.
and we ran up to the fence, and then you rolled, and then I didn't see you, and then somebody barely.
You got to get running. That was a good show.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll get her going. This is Rory's.
Did you come out of the car?
No, I was like heading
crawled out of the car.
Yeah, I crawled out. I was like, I'm okay. It was soft.
Put your dang seatbelt
Gotta let him
on.
catch you. That rut is like 3 feet deep over there.
Oh, you kind of good.
Yeah, the TTB folds under and turns.
Yeah, it don't help keep you from going. It's like, I'm gonna help, man.
Yeah.
Can I help? Can I hand you tools?
Well, yeah, I gotta get some tools. We'll bar it over and then put some oil in it and tranny fluid back in it.
Dad, you forgot about the tire. The tire was still wet.
You got him.
Was the smoke just coming off all the oil from assembly? Or?
Yeah, there's this vent that's open still that I didn't have time to run into here, but we could do that now. That was short-lived again.
Sure looked awesome though.
Driver mod, not good.
Dad, you should have paid attention to the tire. That tire is wet.
It was digging in, huh?
You should have prepared that tire before doing it.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
Dad.
Those jumps are bigger than they look from far away. Just got my fenders mostly.
All the lights are on.
Yeah, my helmet's sitting on the passenger side.
it's bad.
They gave me 0 time. It's just like, line up, go.
Lights are on. You're good.
Yeah, I know. The bar did its job, kinda.
Then it was a race to the wreckers to see who was going to get to pull you back over.
I know. I was like, Rory is literally right here.
Probably not gonna start back up.
Well, let's go get your Camaro started and get some tools.
Okay, let's go hop in the back of Bruce and we'll head over.
Thank you, Caleb.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Oh, it's severed a wire. Severed a wire off the lights.
Is that lights?
Yeah. Well, I'm okay. The car is a race car now. It's all dented.
Honestly, I would have won if I knew the direction to go, but I got so distracted by the plane.
This side's my good side.
You kidding me? They wanted me behind the barrier. I was only halfway there when he got out.
I thought we could just put oil back where it belongs. Me and Jim worked really hard to get it barred over, make sure there wasn't any hydrolocking issues. Once we got it fired up, we were so excited, putting fluids back in it, putting transmission fluid back in it. I pumped a whole gallon of transmission fluid in it, and then we stepped back and looked down on the ground, and it was just pouring all the transmission fluid I just put into it onto the ground. Turns out the case cracked where the transfer case mounts. It just cracked the whole transmission housing. Ruined my day again. We weren't able to get back out there and play for the final day. But my biggest regret of this trip is when we went to load the car, I was like, let's just see if it moves under its own power to make it easier for us to load it. I fired it up. The thing moved just fine under its own power, loaded itself. So the whole case is cracked right here. Big old crack all the way around. My biggest regret is not ratchet strapping the transfer case tight to the transmission and just sending it one more time off of a jump because it's already broke. So that's unfortunate, but at least it loaded itself on the trailer and made my life a little easier that way. So I have to replace transmission housing, and then I probably have to change my transfer case to a solid mounted yoke and have the slip in the driveline, which is what is highly recommended in the off-roading world. But I was working with what I had at the time on a time crunch, and so that happened. I'll fix it. We'll make it better. Now that I have some time, we're going to refine this thing, do a lot more testing, and bring it back next year for a better showing to have some fun with it. Yeah, this trip, like, if you've never pushed so hard for weeks on end and then days and days of no sleep, and you're just wearing on yourself, you're wearing on your family, that wears on you. So after I rolled it, we found out the transmission was broke, then we went and played with Jesse's Camaro, and she shattered both front shafts and the knuckle within 30 seconds of driving. So I had a fun time racing it, rolling the ElCamino, but Jesse needed some fun time in her Camaro. So we came out to the beach with the kids, and Jesse's gonna take some rips in the Camaro. I was pretty defeated. I was done. We were done. Just ready to sit down and spend time with my family. So we didn't even try fixing this transmission issue. But that's okay, because I got to spend time with my family. We met a bunch of fans. People bought merch from us, which I'm super grateful for. And yeah, we had a good rest of our trip. So we actually made it down and back without any of our tow rigs, motorhomes, or trailers having any issues. So that's a win. Now I just got a lot of work putting the ElCamino and the Camaro back together, because that is one shaft just sticking way out of the Camaro. And that is the other shaft. Look, can you see it is all shattered? And then the top of this knuckle is broke right here. There's nothing, right now it's just the weight of the tire pushing against the ball joint holding it on. So yeah, the usual, lots of stuff to fix, but that's what our channel's about, just building back better, updating things, using what you have, building out of junkyard parts. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I had a whole spare front end. I was fully planning on breaking front axle parts on my car, but we actually broke engine parts, which was weird. But yeah, Fun stuff. Alrighty, so this trip was chaos, absolute mess, but it was a fun time to come to Matt's Off-Road Games. So I hope in this video we could portray that we still had fun, but it was a whole bunch of work to try and get out there and put on a show for you guys. So just the biggest thing is my team, my wife, my family, Jim and Colton for helping, because it was all hands on deck this weekend, and I appreciate their help so very much. Along with that, all the fans that actually recognized this from last year and this year, and new fans we got to meet, and their sharing of pictures and videos with us was so awesome. And people from outside the country were coming to talk to us. I mean, that made it worth it right there. Also, all the people that bought merch, we appreciate the support very much, and we'll be getting it out on the website soon for anybody that needs to or missed their chance to get some in the booth. We'll get out on the website, you can buy it there. But just thanks again for Matt's Off-Road and Bent Off-Road for their support. Like, I pulled up in that arena, handed Caleb the camera and just said, please video it. I didn't even have time to put my seatbelt on. They said go. I didn't want to lose the Trailmator, so I was laying it down, but driver mod, I messed up, went into a hole, rolled it over. It was all good fun. I got to do what I like to do, putting motors back together and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy this video. We'll keep them rolling and get more content with that ElCamino, because it's working so good for being so untested. I'm excited to play with that. So thank you for your support.
Can go out.
You say hi? Say hi, Mama.
Hi, baby.
Say we're almost home. Almost home. We're at the shop unloading stubs. And then Mom gets to see the mess I made in the shop. You should see it. It is bad.
Hi, Mom.
Hey.
This is my car.
Just chilling in the go-karts?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dash's car's not here, and he doesn't want to hop in and a hot rod over there. So he's hopping in with me because he doesn't even want to hop in Sunset.
Bad, huh? It's like a war zone in here. Oh, kids, don't get your hands black before we head home. Hi.
Yes.
Huh? I'll show you the war zone. All right. All those boxes were what I picked up from UPS the day of leaving. And then all of those are what I kept opening. I didn't even have time to put them in the garbage. And then, look at this. This is ridiculous. Like, every tool I own is out. And a mess. This is what it takes to build a car in like 2 days, basically. Finish a car in 2 days. Mess. It's horrible. Oh, and the saddest thing I ran out of time to do is put this on my gas pedal. My brother made it for me. It says, give her the onion. It needs to be mounted on the gas pedal.
Mm-hmm.
To remind me. Not that I need a reminder. Open the door. Man, what a mess. I have to clean all this up tomorrow.
I'm assuming that's the hood that did not fit.
Well, it fits. It just didn't bring it.
Nice.